Hey, let's go take that trailer to the welding shop, see what they can do about fixing it, huh? You know, one sign of a good welder, in my opinion, is he's got more junk lined up in front of his shop to work on than he's ever going to be able to get done. Everybody wants him to work on their stuff. Fortunately, it sounds like our trailer is the next project headed into the shop. You always want to give these guys a sense of urgency, like, hey, you know, I might need to use this thing next week. In general, that means you can get it back in 3 or 4 weeks. So I went to check the oil in the old case skid loader a while back, and look what I found. This is what used to be the dipstick, and now it's basically just a rubber plug. The dipstick part broke off. So I thought, no problem. I'll just run to the case dealership and grab a new dipstick for it. Well, lo and behold, they did have one. What would you pay for this dipstick? Would you pay $76? Because that's what I paid for it. I didn't have a whole lot of choice. I did find a used one on eBay for $99 plus shipping, but this brand new dipstick with the CNH logo on it for this skid loader was $76. It's gonna get a little nasty tomorrow, but everybody's got a nice place to lay down. I got this barn bedded down with new stocks, and I got the other barn bedded down with new stocks. Stay comfy, ladies and gents. Well, we did end up getting just a little skiff of snow. It really wasn't bad, but the temperatures plummeted precipitously. It's been in the single digits and teens below zero overnight. Today's gonna be a rare warm day. It's supposed to get up to, I believe, 31 degrees. I wasn't planning on trucking today, so the Freightliner's only been plugged in for about 45 minutes to an hour. I hope it starts. I guess if it doesn't, I'll do something else for a while. Wow. All right, I guess we're hauling corn today. It is just a beautiful day today. I mean, it's like almost melting. Well, I'm here and they don't like...
9-1, you're clear. That should be everybody cleared.
Well, I'm here and they don't like people filming inside the plant. So you'll just have to imagine what it looks like when I dump corn out of the semi. Maybe I've got some old footage from harvest. I'll stick it in here if I do. Well, I'm just about back, so I'm gonna back this baby into the shed where we store it and change the oil. Every time. That is a big filter. You don't want to drop that thing. So I'm going to take this 90-degree awl and this hammer and just pound a hole in the bottom of that big filter. Get all that hot oil out of there so I don't burn myself and get hurt. The frame of the truck is kind of in the way for this operation, but I don't know where else they could put it. All right, I got the filter all oiled up and ready to go. So when it comes to putting the oil back in this beast, this is the only way to do it. get yourself the biggest flex funnel that'll actually fit in there where you dump the oil in. The outside of it's kind of dirty, but where I stuck it in, I've wiped off real nice, and the inside of it is really clean because it has a screw-on cap. I'm sure you've seen these before. These are the best investment to keep your funnels clean, so the inside of it where it really matters is nice and clean. And just like that, you're dumping a 5-gallon pail right into the engine. Real easy. Get yourself one of these straps, otherwise you're gonna have somebody hold on to the funnel for you. All right, the oil's topped off. Everything is good. I'm gonna go ahead and start the truck, make sure we build oil pressure and make sure there's no leaks, and we'll call it a day. Well, remember how I said in the last video that, you know, even if I had to spend $800 or $900 on this trailer, that it was still a good, cheap trailer? Well, they did a good job. I mean, they replaced that piece all the way from the front, all the way to the back of the fender well, and they put new hangers in, and they painted it, and new bolts and bushings. Want to take a stab at how much that cost? I'll give you a second. $1,851. It costs more to fix the trailer than it did to buy the trailer. But you know what? You can't buy much of a trailer for $3 grand, so it's still a good piece of equipment. It just ended up not being as great of a deal as I thought it was going to be, but that's all right. We'll just keep on trucking. Let's go say good morning to the cows, shall we? It's pretty darn cold this morning. It's like 8 or 10 degrees below zero, but I've got a really good bedding pack here for him to lay on. Nice and fluffy. Got plenty for him to eat. Got corn stalks in this feeder and hay in that feeder. Everybody's pretty happy. Plus, they would rather be outside the barn than inside the barn unless the wind is just blowing really, really hard. They're happy being out here in the sun because their black coats just kind of soak up the sun and help them warm back up. So one of the things I'd like to be able to do with this trailer is I'd eventually like to be able to pull it with my Dodge, but the problem is I don't have a gooseneck ball in the bed of this pickup yet. Now, before I go and spend the money on it, I want to make sure it's going to work with this trailer, because on a short bed pickup, you've got to be careful when you turn tight with a gooseneck trailer. You can actually break the back window out of the cab. Break the back window out of the cab. Why does that sound so familiar? Anyway, I'm messing around with the truck right now to see how tight of a corner I could actually turn with this trailer without making contact with the back of the cab. So this kernel of corn represents the spot where the gooseneck ball would come up through the bed of this pickup. I measured it out based on the instructions from B&W's turnover ball kit, specifically designed for my truck. Now, parked right here, not quite at a 90-degree angle, this is not a very good test because I'm actually headed downhill with the pickup. That's giving me just a little more room on the cab than I would normally have. If the right wheels of the trailer dropped into a rut and the trailer tilted to the right pretty hard, it could make contact with the back of the cab. Now, I am almost able to make a 90-degree turn, not quite, without touching the cab to the front of the trailer. Now, as long as I'm careful, I think I could pull this trailer just fine with this pickup. Now, the caveat is, as long as I'm careful, and, well, if you've been around here very long, you know I'm not always careful. So the magic kernel of corn is directly under the hitch right now. I've got it kind of jacked down to simulate where it would sit. It looks like no problem at all, but definitely something to keep in mind about turning corners and being careful with that cab. Time to put the horses in the barn, as they say. Probably should plug the horses in too, because it's gonna get kind of cold tonight. Ah yes, she'll be a lot happier now. I did all of these measurements with my 8-meter tape measure that I got from a friend in New Zealand. So everything I just did is assuming that I converted the millimeters to the inches in the B&W directions properly, but I'm pretty sure I did. Check this out. This tape measure is marked only in millimeters. So it's all whole numbers all the way, 410, 420, 430. And then of course, each millimeter is marked 411, 12. So you never have to do any fractions or decimals. Pretty cool idea, actually. Hey, I don't know what you were planning on doing on Tuesday, January 18th, but what I think you should be doing is going to Tremont, Illinois to Precision Planting's Winter Conference to hang out with me and some other people that I'm excited to hang out with. This conference is going on for 3 separate days, so if you can't make it on the 18th, you could go on the 19th or the 20th, and there's tons of other locations all over the United States. There's probably a location near you, so go to precisionplanting.com and figure it out, because I'd love to see you in Tremont. Go get signed up. Wouldn't it be fun to hang out? Let's do it. Now, of course, it'll be more than just fun. There'll be all kinds of things that you can learn, things that you can put into practice right away at your farming operation to make you more money. So let's hang out. Also, is anybody missing a really annoying black cat? Because look who showed up at our place today. If that's your cat, please come get it back. Anyway, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you next time.